videos, I get like, 2,000, 3,000, 3,000, and 4,000, 6,000, 6,000. But then I make a video in like 2 minutes without doing any actual work that says canedhams suck, and it gets 10,000 views. And that's because a lot of other people think canedhams sucks, and they want to see my reasons for why I think canedhams sucks. Um, no, it's actually just because you Can-Am guys are real sensitive and like to argue. And when a video gets lots of comments, it makes it come up faster in a search. And when it gets lots of comments, it also makes me more money. So I'm gonna make another video about why Can-Am sucks. Um, these videos are interesting because a lot of people like call me an idiot and lots of other profane words, and make threats and all kinds of other, immature, stupid stuff. And it really just, begs the question, what kind of people buy Can-Ams? Super sensitive, super angry. Uh, many Can-Am riders are very, very sensitive about their brand. And I wonder why that is, because I mean, it's supposed to be the baddest, right? So why would you be so concerned about what some random guy on the internet says about a Can-Am? But I've had some good people comment on here, a couple people who run Can-Am dealerships, so you can't really, take their word too seriously because they're salesmen in the long run. But one guy said, he likes the Can-Ams he sells, but he admits that they have the worst performing front diff and the least reliable rear diff. There are two things in a four-wheeler that need to work well. It's the diffs, right? I mean, it's important. Those two things, you know, um, that's what divides the power up and gets into the wheels and everything. So it's kind of an important part. And Can-Am has the worst performing front diff, and by that what he means is this is a guy who owns a Can-Am dealership. It takes the longest to engage, and when it does engage, there are lots of situations where it will slip. And those situations are if you're in real sticky mud with real big tires and you can't get enough wheel speed to make them engage based off of the way the visco shear pump um, differential works. Polaris says Hillard locks in immediately under any circumstances, and yes, they will crack the cage if you put huge tires without portals, but that's like $100 upgrade to a billet cage and you're good. The only way to fix the issue with the Can-Am diff is a halo locker, which is, very, very expensive, over $1,000, and very, very stupid. And then it's not an auto locker, and we know that Can-Am guys hate shifting. That's the big Can-Am guys are always complaining about the YTZ because you have to shift. Yeah, whatever. Um, but at the end of this video, I'm going to include a clip that surfaced on the interwebs. I think it's from last weekend at Hogwaller. It's a guy on a Can-Am hitting a mud hole at 40 miles an hour. Wheel flies off, flips over, probably hurts himself. Could have easily hurt any of the spectators standing around. And you never see people on Hondas doing that because, well, number one, they don't have enough power, and we know that, and it's funny, and we admit it. But also because usually the best way to get through a hole isn't to hit it at 40 miles an hour. Sure, if you're in Skeg, absolutely. But the best way to get to the hole is to the minimum wheel speed to clean the tires, but not enough wheel speed to dig down. So creeping and crawling is the way to go in a lot of holes. Um, Another guy from a dealership also commented, and he used to be a Can-Am dealer, and I put the description in this other video. I don't know if any of you actually read it, but I wish some of you Can-Am guys would, because this is a guy who used to sell Can-Ams and had to drop them as a product because they were just so crappy. Um, but I put it in the description on this video. A few reasons why Can-Am XMR sucks, whatever. And like a lot of people, comment all angry things and being very, I don't know, butthurt and emotional, saying I'm wrong. But saying that someone's wrong is not very convincing. If you were to give a reason why that person was wrong, that might be somewhat convincing, and no one really does that. People always point out that the XMR 1000s do have a gear reduction, and I've said that in every single video. They do. They have the 6x6 tranny. 25% lower gears. That's nothing. The Polaris High-Lift Edition, 89% lower in high range. That's the kind of gears you need to make a bike reliable that has a belt turning heavy mud tires. I'm also going to include a clip of this awesome Can-Am Maverick with smoke just pouring out of the snorkels on stock little 30-inch pizza cutters because it's just geared too high. So yeah, XMRs, scam. The 1000s are better, still a scam. Some idiot commented on here that the XMRs are clutched fine to turn 36s. Everyone I know with an XMR has put the QSC or STM clutches on there just to make it reliable with their stock 30s. because it goes through belt so fast. Um, and this guy also thinks he has 40-inch assassinators, and I hope this idiot watches this video and is like, oh man, he's calling me out, because I am. Post a video of it, because I don't believe you. Um, if it does, he does have 40-inch assassinators on a stock 1000. It's a freaking maw crawler. With portals, yeah, you could probably do it. 6-inch portals. Need that lower gear. But yeah, Can-Am sucks. I am so glad that mine is gone. My Ace is infinitely better in every way. Um, it actually performs better than a Can-Am ATV. A pathetic, childish little Ace is better on the mud than a Can-Am ATV because it actually has four-wheel drive. What else did I want to rant about? Oh, right. So this video right here, this is the one that has like thousands and thousands of comments. A lot of people point out that my experience with my personal Can-Am was on a 570L, and they say that you cannot expect it to be good because it's a budget bike. But that's a really stupid argument because it has the exact same frame, A-arms, swing arms. The only front axles, diff, transmission, everything. Is everything else up to the 850. It's all the same bike. Can-Am sells the exact same bike. There's no extra waterproofing. There's nothing like that. Someone commented, oh, you're an idiot. The reason your computer got water in it was because you didn't dielectric all your connectors. There's a video when I first bought the bike. I did a review of it. I took all the plastics off and dielectricked every single connector on the bike. The water got into the computer through the connector, but it also got into the computer through the foam seal between the aluminum housing and the stamped steel back cover, which is a terrible idea. So that's completely invalid. And most of these comments are just like really, they're like, oh my God, you're so whiny. But then they're whining. And in my video, I actually listed some facts and some logic. So it might be whiny, but at least it's well-founded whining. But when you just say, random insults without any facts or backing it up, comes out pretty stupid. But yeah, Can-Am sucks. I look forward to making some of them look ridiculous this coming weekend. We're going to be riding at some places in Georgia and Alabama, and I'm sure I will put plenty of Can-Ams to shame with my little Honda 300, not to mention my Razor, which is better than every Can-Am ever made, especially in the mud. Anyways, Can-Am sucks. Enjoy the clip.